Did you ever feel as though you were trapped inside of a phone maze? It is enough to make you want to throw your phone across the room at this point. There is music playing on repeat, and there are infinite menus. Especially in situations where you only have a brief inquiry for your bank manager. Specifically, how do I get in touch with Capital One via email? Believe it or not, for many of us, navigating the digital age can feel like deciphering ancient hieroglyphics. But fear not, fellow human. Today's video is your one-stop guide to contacting Capital One by email and reclaiming your sanity in the process. Now, before we dive in, it's important to understand why emailing might be your best bet. Maybe you prefer written communication, or you have a complex issue that requires a detailed explanation. Perhaps you're someone who thrives on asynchronous communication, tackling things on your own schedule. Whatever your reason, emailing Capital One can be a perfectly efficient way to get things done. But here's the catch. Capital One doesn't actually have a publicly listed email address for general inquiries. That doesn't mean you're out of luck, though. There are a few workarounds we can explore. Workaround number 1, secure messaging through your online account. This is probably the closest you'll get to traditional email with Capital One. Here's how it works. Head over to the Capital One website and log into your online account. Once you're in, navigate to the Help Center or Customer Service section. It might vary slightly depending on the specific page layout. Look for a Secure Message option. This will typically be found under the Contact Us section. Clicking that should open up a message center where you can compose your email. Be sure to include all the relevant details about your inquiry, like your account number and the nature of your question. Pro tip, for security reasons, avoid including any sensitive information like your social security number or full credit card details within the message itself. Workaround number 2, social media. Believe it or not, social media can be a surprisingly effective way to connect with companies like Capital One. Here's the strategy. Choose your platform. Twitter, with its focus on quick communication, might be a good option. But Facebook or Instagram could work too, depending on your preference. Craft a concise message outlining your question or concern. Be polite and professional, and remember to include your account number if it's relevant. Tag Capital One's official account in your post. This will ensure they see your message and hopefully respond. Workaround number 3, the old-fashioned way, snail mail. For those who prefer a more traditional approach, there's always the option of good old-fashioned snail mail. You can send a written letter to Capital One with your inquiry. While it might not be the fastest method, it can be a good option if you have a complex issue that requires a detailed explanation. Here's the mailing address. Capital One. Attention, Customer Service. P.O. Box 8509. Wilmington, Delaware. 19899-8509. Remember, be sure to include your account number and all the relevant details in your letter. Now, a word of caution. While these workarounds can be helpful, it's important to remember that email responses might take a bit longer than a phone call. So, if your inquiry is urgent, picking up the phone might be the faster option. Here are some additional resources that you might find helpful. The Capital One Help Center, https://www.capitalone.com/help-center/contact-us, is a treasure trove of information with answers to many frequently asked questions. Capital One social media pages can also be a good source of information and updates. So there you have it. With these workarounds, contacting Capital One by email, or something close to it, is definitely achievable. Remember, the key is to choose the method that works best for you and your situation. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.